Should I go this? Okay. Whew. Hello! Hi guys! Let me know if you can hear and see me. Why? Baby. Hi, I see that Mikey is here, Dan, Jen, and Beth, and Sukabu, and Ellen, and Lise, and Massimiliano. Hi! Hi guys! Give Scoot a boop on the tail. But she's all snuggled. Her tail is over here. I know she looks like a big black shape with no features, but that's what you get when your cat is a tortie. Alright. I haven't cleaned up my workspace yet. Oh. I don't have a plan. Sorry. I'm waiting for my tea to be ready, which I will go pick up in a bit. It's been a really weird week. I don't know about you guys, but I know that my week was pretty effing weird. And you will have to pardon my French, but whoa. Not what I expected. Hey, son! Hey! Cleo, hi! How weird were your weeks, guys? I know that mine was really emotional, and I am not sure how deep I can get into it without crying. Because yeah, but yeah, it's been kind of a roller coaster, and roller coasters, they don't make for good weeks for getting stuff done, because they eat up all the spoons. Wow. That's weird. Oh guys, Scout is so cute. Hey Helen. Hi. She's so snuggled in. Aww. Yeah, that was the thing with the kitten was really like weird in the sense that it came with a really big part of good things, but also really part of difficult things to manage, so... No, don't rip off your face, baby girl. I know. là, au moins. Je te gratte un peu l'œil. Qu'est-ce que tu veux qu'on te gratte là? Toute la tête. Toute la tête. Hey Lee, hi. Oh, whoa, Ellen, that's really, really bad. Holy crap. Excuse me, but yeah. And yes, Liz, her allergies are really bothering her again. She's been scratching small wounds in inside her ears, and she's been ripping off all the fur around her eyes. Cats are really good at trying to get underfoot. Honestly, I've never seen anything quite like them for that. Is your cat also dealing with allergies, Beth? I really hope Scout's allergies abate soon too, because it's really bothering her. And I mean, like I have allergies and I get like really itchy skin in the winter because it's more dry. But like I understand why she does it, but like I can see her do it, and I'm just so. It's my cat mom instinct that comes in. It's like, stop scratching yourself. But I mean, it itches. What is she supposed to do? Aw, 2 of your 4 cats have them. Oh no. Hey, Lopez creation. Hold on, I'm sure I've got that in here. Yeah, hey Susan. Yeah, Ellen, that's really, really sad, and especially when these kind of news come suddenly, it's difficult. I was considering getting Scout either a donut, you know, the inflatable donuts, because they don't get in the way of eating and, you know, all this stuff, because it's not like if you have the cat's head. Like when you have a cone, it reaches out a lot. Like, say you have the profile of a cat and they have their cone, like it can get in the way of eating. And even the soft ones that go as far, I mean, they will bunch up, but with the donut, it's much easier because they just have this like thing around their neck that prevents them from reaching their face, but it still allows them to eat. Hey Mallory, oh, speaking of, I keep forgetting. I don't think I did show these, but I wanted to show the awesome sketchbooks that Mallory sent me. Hold on, let me catch up on the note. Aww. I love the cat photo you included, Mallory. That is so cool. Okay, hold on. Okay. First of all, look at the card. That's beautiful. no, Beth, I'm so sorry to hear that. My scout always breaks the skin inside her ears, and she was so like she can really make huge gashes in there, and I'm always like, how? Baby girl, why are you doing that? Yeah, the card is really, really nice, and look at the sketchbook. These are handmade, and they have cotton paper in them. And I am like so impressed and so excited to try them. Good grief. This is beautiful. This is filling a niche that is missing in the market, in the sense that it's really, really difficult to find, you know, just like a moleskin. Well, this is a portrait, but you know, it's about the same size. But that is cotton paper instead of that darn cellulose paper. Oh, the card was painted by Sue Goosens. Suegoosens. See? Yeah, it shows on the back. That's really cool. It's really pretty. And I mean, I love that the elastic is removable because it's flat, and also this size, which is the smaller one. I mean, these are really, really awesome. Wow. Thank you so much for sending these, Mallory. I'm really, really grateful and also very excited to try them. They are really beautiful. This is like magic. I how do how do people make books? What? Otto! Hi! What did I do to my finger? Something really dumb, as usual. I was cleaning up the sink after washing the dishes yesterday, and I grabbed the thingy that you use to clog the words. The thing that you use to plug up the hole in the sink. We use it as a filter because it can be used as a filter. So when I was done cleaning the dishes, I went to grab it like I usually do and shake it in the bin, and I grabbed it by the part that's underneath it, and it's the part that clips into the sink to make it so that water doesn't seep through. But like, let's say you have this stupid thing, it's like this, and then there's like rubber and blah blah blah, and they're like, you have the holes, and there is this sort of metal part here that basically clips in the base of the sink to keep it in place. And basically, when I grabbed this, I held it like I usually do, but it's not finished metal. It's a bit like the schminke tins that are not rolled up, except a bit thicker. But I mean, I've never had any issues with it. But the way I grabbed it yesterday and held on to it, it just cut in my finger. And since my hands were wet, it was like, you know, okay, but perhaps TMI, or if you are really sensitive to this stuff, but like blood in water spreads a bit like watercolor. So my hands were wet, and it cut, not a huge cut, but you know, enough to bleed. And my hands were wet, and I was running the sink, and I was having just a hard time just getting it to stop. And I was like, what the so yeah, that was it's not deep, it's not a big wound, it's just there, and it's kind of annoying. Like, the plaster is more annoying than the wound itself because it's almost on the joint. But long story short, that's what happened. Yeah, what brand is the sketchbook? These are handmade by Mallory. Yeah, they are really, really nice. I'm impressed. Super excited to try them, of course. Hey Malvina, hi. Everything changed when the sink plug attacked. Yeah, it was like, I'm fed up to be filled with your trash. So yeah, like basically all the few times I've hurt myself in the past months, not a lot, but Every time it was me discovering that something can be sharp, even if it doesn't look like it. So yeah, that's another thing I discovered is kind of sharp, even if it doesn't look like it. The first thing I discovered was sharp was a spatula knife. I went to clean it and I grabbed it by the side and I went swish, and it went sweek in my finger, and I was like, yep, that sounds like something I would do. I will go grab my tea, so give me a sec. Here. Grabbing... Whoops. Tea. BRB. Smiley face. Yeah, I just had to add creamer in it and remove the filter, and it's been infusing for a while, so it's probably gonna be really tasty. Bonjour Lopez. Lopez Création. I checked in the perfect sketchbooks, but I was really put off by the price. I don't know, it's just... I don't know, I feel more wary about paying money for something that is manufactured like that. That hasn't been tried. Yeah, that's Gigi. I got a few Kiki's delivery service pens and pencils, of course, because Gigi. I got a few. I got this one. I have this one is the ballpoint pen. But there's also a mechanical pencil. This one is not gonna show at all because it's like white on light pink. But it's Gigi and the white cat. And I don't have a third one. Yep. So, predictable that way. Because Gigi. This is a Kuritoga too, so... It's a really fun pencil that you don't have to keep rotating like that while you're drawing. It's been so nice today. The weather is so cool. It's not too hot, it's just a bit of wind. I'm wearing pants. Gosh, I missed wearing pants. I freaking hate wearing shorts. I'm too fat for now to enjoy shorts. Like thighs gets in the way. Oh, what costs a kidney? Not the pencils, I hope. Yeah, I mean, I'm always baffled when people are like, gee, we never know what to give you. I'm like, are you joking? Because if it has a cat on it, I'm gonna like it. That's really that simple. Like, look, I have a bunch of pencils. I have an eraser pencil thingy that I don't really use, but I got it because it was on sale and it had cats on it. And look, my timer. My timer is a Hello Kitty timer. Hey, what a surprise. And like, I don't know, everything is cats. So when people are like, gee, I'm like, yeah, really? Really? Are you kidding me? I can't really show my shirt, but I'm really happy with this shirt I found. Because, you know, it's one of those shirts that, like, you would find, like, something like Niagara Falls or something. But I'm like, I'm not in Ontario. Like, this is not really my area. But I found one with the Montmorency Falls on it. Which is, Ischut Montmorency, which is really, like, something I've seen a million times when I was younger, where I lived in Quebec. So I'm just happy I found a shirt that's like, I don't know if I can show it. Let's see. It's gonna be reversed, but it's like Montmorency Falls, and it's one of those tentry shirts that's like super soft and comfy. I'm glad you guys understand the cat person thing of like, hey, if it has a cat on it, that's the one I'm gonna get. Is it 60 to 80 US dollars? Because, I mean, what? The regular 100 cotton are 94 US dollars for 3 A5 books. They don't state the brand of paper. No, that's way too much money for something that is so possibly shady. Not saying it would be, but I've seen a lot of things. Like recently, if you are into Dungeons and Dragons, there's been a great big drama surrounding the Kickstarter of a dice company. And they had kickstarted a thingy to create special dice for D&D, and they had so many different sets available in the Kickstarter as possible rewards. And all the preview that they showed of the dice, they were really nice, really pretty. And then when they sort of released the dice, they were really crappy. Like a much lesser quality than what was sort of promised. So that's why I kind of feel a bit wary of that kind of stuff. Unless it's like for art books, I'm really not bothered about kickstarting for an art book or something. But for something like a sketchbook, which to me is like a really specific need that needs to be filled, I wouldn't be able to kickstart it, especially at those prices. I would have to wait until like they had reviews out of other people, because I can't. I mean, nope. The regular etcher have 54 pages of 220 GSM, 100% cotton paper, and come in hot and cold press. I got a bundle with all 3 sizes for $100 Canadian. That's expensive though, isn't it? For something that is manufactured, like I can understand a handmade thing being more expensive because that's not the same dynamic. But for something that is made by a company to be sold and they have probably a really nice margin of profits. What did you think of it, Lee? Did you try the sketchbooks? so let's try and sort of think of something to create for today. Basically the perfect sketchbook, but seems like the same with a different, less annoyingly white and staining cover. I would just put stickers over it. That's me, but yeah. Just get some fabric or paint if it bothers you. And cover it with stickers or washi tape. I mean, even $100 for 3 sketchbooks. Considering a pad of Arches paper is like $15 and I don't know. I mean, it's probably really nice and great if you do and you travel and you paint, but if you just want to practice and if you want good material to get better, I don't feel like this sketchbook is a nice option. Do you have a public Twitter, or is there any other way people could reach out to you, Mallory, if you don't want to leave your email in chat? Yeah, or an Instagram or something where people can send you a private message. Instagram is something I would recommend if you don't already have one, just because it's a visual sharing platform. So if you want to share pictures of the sketchbook or of you painting in the sketchbooks you made or stuff like that, it's really a nice place to share that and include the proper hashtags, and people may find it and then they may tag their friends to watch it or check it out, you know, that kind of reach. And people can also send you private messages, so you can possibly deal with inquiries over there. Yeah. Oh, I need to show you guys something. Boop. Okay, so just quickly, speaking of things with cats on it, I have this one here. It says Minoru's Illustration Book Volume 3, The Dining Table at Honey Peak. And it's just a really cute, small art book that I thought was really pretty, and it has a couple of cats in there. Because what else? And I don't know, it's just really cute and inspiring in a way. It's just really pretty. And cats. And I love the way this person draws cats. Food. Food. And then there are a couple of recipes, but I can't really figure them out. I think, yeah, this is written in Japanese. So this is really good. I think it's all digital art. And yeah, I just thought that was super awesome. But also the other thing that really caught my eyes was this one. Because you guys know me and my love of drawing cats doing things, and I was like, dude, this is like my dream book. This is my shtick completely. So I can't read it one bit, but I mean, it's really expressive and really cute. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. This is excellent. It's a Instagram. Sorry. So yeah, like there's a cat, there's a couple of cats and like one bunny, I think. And I don't know, it seems to be like kids, well, not kids, but young adults in school. But I just thought that this was really up my alley, and if I am stumped when it comes to drawing a pose or an expression, or just, you know, not knowing how to tackle certain things, I can just look at through this and sort of feel inspired again. So yeah, I have no idea what it's about, but it's really, really cute. Yeah, it has my name all over it. All right. Japanese Eve is real. I guess so. I could do a comic. I just don't have any idea much of what it would be about. I think it would have to be about the East Coast and sea stuff and I don't know the word. I don't, maritime. All the fisherman stuff. Oh, that's really cool, Lee. How does it work out? Lee says, I got a comb binding machine to make cheap cotton sketchbooks for the Botanical Artists of Canada Sketchbook Exchange and when I teach classes. Yeah, the thing is that for anything that is not bound with a real spine, I don't know if that's your reason, Lee, but the pages, they really move around and that's really annoying to use in a way. I know that Nathan Fox kind of has this method as well. I think he was discussing it in his class, that he would bring a pile of colored paper, like craft colored paper or tan or gray, and he would cut them to size and add like a backing and a cover and go to any kind of staples or places that can bound book, but it's gonna be like wire bound or a spiral bound. Which it works fine, but yeah, the pages, they wiggle around a bit, so with something like gouache, you really need to think about the fact that if you don't find a way to fix the gouache, there's a chance it might rub off due to the way the paper will move. It doesn't rub off entirely, but it's gonna create a smudge on the other page, so that really limits what you can do with the sketchbook. You can only use one page, one side of each piece of paper, which personally really bothers me. Like, this is paper I cannot practice on, so this is like wasted space. It rubs off a bit, depends on the gouache. I had my
Celie! 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 Mm.
when I did this comparison, like, you gotta keep in mind that I went for really, really strong colors with this. But but gouache rubs off. I've just come to accept that I cannot work in a sketchbook. But yeah, a gouache kind of has this. It kind of rubs off if you lay it really thick. Because of the, I think it's the way it's made to be opaque. They have to add so much pigment in there that like if they were to add enough binder to make it stick, the paint would be so shiny. So yeah, gouache is kind of problematic for that. There's one thing you can use over gouache that works really well. As far as I can tell, it's this. The Dorland's Wax Medium. You just grab either a glove or just one of these finger cuts, and you put a thin layer of this over your gouache and it seals it. It's also pretty fun to do. Oh, 340 GSM arches! Dude, that's like the dream. That's the thing that will not buckle. That's its name. The thing that will not buckle. Ooh, Sennelier gouache, wow. Takes forever to dry. I love with them the thicker watercolor paper is that you do not have to stretch it, and you don't have to worry about, like, if you only paint wet on dry and don't stretch, don't pre-wet the whole thing, there's not gonna be like an area where everything that has been painted is sort of a tiny bit more stretched out than the rest that hasn't been painted. If you've ever painted in, say this is your sheet of cotton paper and you paint something that occupies this space, but all this around here is still the paper and hasn't been touched, you will see a really slight difference in the way this, it will not buckle, but this paper, since it has been wet, it will not dry exactly as flat and as straight as the rest of the paper that hasn't been touched by water. So yeah. Lee says the cum binder is a little weird, like the instructions were in Chinese and the diagrams were a bit wrong, so I might be doing things a bit wrong, but it does make sketchbooks. Well, that's what's important. Sorry, that's the goal. I had to get up super early today because I had an appointment and it was cancelled when I got there. So I'm a bit slow and unprepared, but that's okay. Yeah, the wax medium is really nice. I've used it a couple of times in this sketchbook to used it over these gouaches, and I know there's another one somewhere. Boop, boop, boop. Ah, these. So yeah, it's really interesting way to preserve gouache. It also makes the colors a bit more bright, like more intense. Yeah, what I got there, but it's fine. I mean, it's only a small, a short walk away. So, and I mean, it was early, and the person like basically my appointment was at the time the place opens. So the receptionist like got there basically at the same time I did, and then realized that my appointment had been cancelled. So I just walked back home, and it made for a walk, you know. But yeah, it still means that I got a bit early. I got up a bit early. You can also make gummed pads if you have a hot glue gun. Like if you cut your cotton paper all the same size and keep it in the in the same because sometimes cotton paper has a right side and a wrong side, so it can be difficult to make it into a sketchbook unless you are planning to use only one side of the paper. So if you are bothered by that, you can also cut your paper in even pieces, and you sort of can make a gummed pad by yourself with a glue gun. The wax medium is made by Jacquard. Jacquard. It's a Dorland's wax medium. It's really cool. Spectrafix works beautifully. What is Spectrafix? I don't think I've seen it around. I like it because it's non-aerosol and casein based. Casein is really interesting. It's like gouache that is permanent. I don't like the back of Archa's cold press because it has a really obvious like pattern in there. Oh, that's really cool, Mallory. Well, Mallory says that she folded the leaves opposite to avoid the right side, wrong side problem in the sketchbooks she sent me. So the side should be the same on both pages. Oh, my finger! It's really not that bad, honestly. I have to use these stupid, like, felty band-aids because the regular ones, I react to the glue in them. Oh yeah, and Jackson's is doing a sketchbook sale, and they also sell the wax medium I talked about. Okay, hold on. Let's say I take one of these. So yeah, this is the right side. So this is the right side and this is the right side of the paper, I think. I'm not super familiar with this paper. Yeah, I'm fairly confident that this is the right side. So this technically is the wrong side. Dude, I gotta say that there's not that much of a difference between both sides of this paper. Hey, Rowdy, hi! It's kind of cute that Beth, you say you sort of need an excuse to buy more Jackson's watercolor. I haven't tried them all that much, but To be honest, it's not because I don't want to, it's just because I have so many paints already. And I haven't addressed the thing I was mentioning last time about creating, either finding... Maybe I should make like curated half pans, like selections, or find a way to share my paints. Just because I don't think I can use them all in my lifetime anyway. Hello, Juma! Otto says I was this close to buying a set of Unison Pastel this week. Unison? I kind of want to just... I was talking about this with Otto, but we were like, can we get hired over there? Can we go help them make the pastels? Like, I don't want to work with pastels because the dust in the workspace, like... This workspace, this setup doesn't make this a really good idea, but... watching them work with the pigment and the colored like paste that becomes the pastels, I was like, oh, this is like playing with colorful mud, like actual mud, like sand and water, not muddy colors. And just like, I love, this is my favorite texture in the world. It's like thick acrylic paint, or when you mold watercolor and you mix everything into the pastel. Oh yeah, the little cutter thing, that was so cool. It like slides it down and it cuts every freaking pastel the same length. I was like, whoa, how cool is this? Yeah, a mix between putty and like cake icing. You know, this kind of really, really soft but still thick texture. It's my favorite texture ever. It's like, I love this thing. And I was looking at them like plopping down the blobs of pastel, of wet pastel mud, and I was like, this looks so perfect. Hey Paradoxos, hi. Hola. Wow, so that's not a classy way to put it, but I guess that's kind of true. All right. Yeah, you can paint in watercolor and go over them with pastels. You can probably go over gouache with pastels as well, though the pastels might pick up a bit of the color. Diane Townsend pastels, the big fat ones. You can't get them in the UK. Oh, that's a bummer. I thought Unison made some bigger ones too. I mean, at least they have bigger blobs in the video. Like when they have the sheet with all the pastel blobs. You have sort of a bunch of bigger blobs and then a bunch of smaller blobs. Oh, Otto, you remember when you were talking about struggling a bit with the fact that the corners of tape are really annoying to seal? The brush I sent you, this one, the glacier brush with the transparent body, the tip. I think originally that's why I included it, is so that you can try the tip of, I don't know if it shows well because this is a transparent brush, but the way the tapered tip is made, it's really, really fine at the point, so it works really well to press in the corners of tape and seal it. So yeah. Hey Nancy, hi. The surgical tape, yeah. I was thinking about the surgical tape the other day, and I was wondering about the archival quality of using it. What time is it where? Where is everyone at? Well, I know where a bunch of you are, but not everyone. I love looking at the pastel sets because the colors of pastel are really, really nice. I just am terrified of using them. I don't know if you guys, well, to anyone who watched the video of Unison showing how they make their pastels, at some point they show an artist who works with the pastel and draws, paints, anyway, creates these really huge artwork based on photos of glaciers, and the person only uses pastel. And I was watching her work and I was like, good grief, can you imagine the mountains of dust at the floor on the floor? Like, this is not something you can do in your home unless you have a really dedicated space for this stuff. I was really like, it was a really weird thing to behold from my brain and my perception. So 8 p.m. for Dan, 9 p.m. for San, Beth 2 p.m. Over here it's almost 3 p.m. Like, I would be worried, like, that I would slip and smudge, like, a great big chunk of the drawing. I don't know, man. Pastels do really mess up my brain. Nearly 5 a.m. Good grief, Jen. You are up early. Ouch. Where are you at? Are you, like, in Australia? Does that sound about right? So, Otto, was it 8 p.m. for you too? I agree. Stacy says, yeah, those icebergs were fascinating, but I kept thinking how expensive that painting would be to make. I had the same thought, and I was like, she's gotta be sponsored, or rich, or... I don't know, man. Oh, Jen and Jack are from Australia. Hi, guys. Yep, it's 8 p.m. there too. Surprise, surprise. I would have done the same, honestly. Well, they made a whole new color for her, so I guess she gets them at least on the cheap. Well, she could be a billionaire, and she's buying so many of them that uh, they indulged in creating a color for her. Hey, welcome back, Cyan. I don't remember what the name was of the young artist in there. It's in the video about the unison. Could be that her name is Zaria Furman. Oh, that's sad, Beth. But school is important. What are you studying? Yes, it is Zaria Furman. I wouldn't be able to do what she does. This is not how my brain functions. Oh, you teach high school. Yeah, that will do it. That will do it. It's kind of nice to have a bit of the summer off, though. Like, I know, from what I remember, teachers, they often have to come in earlier and, get stuff ready for the next year, but still means that you get a bit of the summer off, I guess, right? I hope so. Oh, Jonathan Edwards. Did you get his art books, Otto? It's really funny that you mention him because I really like his work too, and I don't remember. I don't think we've sort of we sort of came around to him each on our own, so I think it's kind of funny. His art is so nice. It's like Jonovsky or something like that on Twitter, right? Otto says it's so weird because in my last job there was another Jonathan Edwards who was creepy as hell and had 0 brains. So it feels weird to say Jonathan Edwards is one of my fav artists. Oh, his Japan series is really, really nice. Hold on. Boop, boop. More Japan, Helsinki. Yeah. Yeah, his Japanese books are really, really lovely. And to watch him paint is like amazing. His paintings are so nice. This one has a lot of sketches, but dude, this painting is so cool. Ah, so nice. Dudes! I bought these from the artist's website directly, so I don't know where else you can find them. It's Jonathan... what is this? Thingy, that short line thing. I don't know. I can't remember what the word for it is in English. It's a trait d'union in French, but in English. Anyway, at John Tovsky. Dash. Thank you so much. It's a dash. So it's jonathan-e.com. Yay, another one. Another one. I like how his brain is so impressive in the way that he works out the shapes of things. And these books are really difficult to flip through. That is so cool. Ah, I love this one. Yeah, I get a lot of brain fart moments. Helsinki. Anyway, you guys get the idea. I mean, this is so cool. And I'm kind of thrilled that I got them from him, because I think that way, like, I know for sure that it helps support him as well, I guess. So, cool stuff. Get it right down. So, hold on. You got Light Up with Sounds Infinity Gauntlet? That's an excellent Christmas tree. Or Christmas thingy. I'm loving this. I'm a low-level dork. There are things that I really like, but lately it's been kind of difficult to really enjoy what the MCU comes up with. In my opinion, they really messed up with the third Captain America movie. Because it wasn't even about freaking Steve. Dude. And I don't think they can ever beat Thor Ragnarok in terms of sheer awesomeness. Filthy casual and all geeky, nerdy, and dorky things. I would consider myself more like a selective one. I really, really, really loved. Oh, dude, Ellen, we totally need to rant about it, like on the Discord or something. Like we need to have a good long chat about all the freaking problems with Civil War. Blah. Oh, it made me so mad. So mad. But I really loved the first and second Captain America movies. I mean, I never thought I was gonna love this character, but I think he's one of my favorite that they came up with. And Thor Ragnarok was perfect. What a good movie. I need to watch Why Women Kill. But so far I don't think it's on Prime, and it's not on Netflix. It's probably one of those legit TV show that perhaps is gonna make it to streaming at some point, but so far. Oh, okay, guys, if anyone is still well, if anyone is curious about the sketchbooks, the beautiful handmade sketchbooks by Mallory, her Instagram username is Mallory dot swing. Hold on. On Instagram. Team, let's sit down and talk this out like adults. I know. I know. What is the difference between... Hey, Lena, hi! Between nerds and geeks. So apparently nerds is about brains and geeks are about obsessions. Huh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. The glass sizes. Geek was originally the guy at the fair who bit the heads off chickens for entertainment. Whoa. What? Whoa. That's pretty cool, Tsukabu. That's a good gift. Ah oui, pour vrai. Pour vrai. This cat is making a lot of small noises. She's so cute. I don't think she's dreaming. She's just commenting on life. She's a whiny baby, that one. She's always like making noises and expressing herself. Sometimes it's really, really funny. Like if she's doing something she's not supposed to, and she knows it. And if we look at her and we say like, "It's good," she would go. She would really like complain out loud. And we always make jokes that she's like, "Oh, I'm allowed. I can do it. It's my choice. You don't tell me what to do." Well, in French, so it's much easier to come up with the language. But yeah, it still cracks me up. Us whiny babies prefer the term vocal. Okay, alright, she's very vocal. That's really funny. Tsukabu says that her cat will will start screaming when he thinks things are too quiet. What? Keep creating tangents in this sketch. This is not good. I don't do it on purpose. Yeah, she's cleaning up her face. That's like the cutest thing. Where they lick their paw and then they wipe their paw on their face. This is one of my favorite things. It's so cute. I mean, it shows how much cats want to be clean, that they figured out a way to clean up their face, even if they cannot really easily do it. That's so funny. Lisa says that her parents can hear from 100 yards away when Thor, the cat, returns from his evening patrol. Same for the rest of the poor neighborhood. Meow, meow, I'm on my way home. Is dinner ready? Meow, meow. That reminds me of the adorable ginger kitty that I saw this week. Oh my gosh. He was so chatty and he was so hungry. He was meowing outside, and I think he was basically going like, "Hey, I'm hungry, guys. Can I have some food? I'm hungry. Where's the food? I don't know how to outside. Guys, I'm hungry. Help me. I want some food. Do you have food? Can I have food?" Such a cute little boy. Yeah. It's difficult, but I know it's a good thing for that cat. He was so... You know, people assume that cats, they can manage outside. Well, this one proved to me that not all cats can manage outside. He could not. Well, your husband trusts you, Hato. He knows that if you put food in front of him, it's because it's edible and good, not... Like, you would not prank him, I figure. Oh, I know someone is gonna love the crap out of that little ginger dude, and he's gonna love them back so freaking much. I had never seen a cat so, like, wanting a great big cuddle bug, honestly. But like, I mean, it was so, I figured it was like, oh, he wants, he's tired of being outside. But no, he was just not good. I mean, the night that we had him over here, like we gave him food, we gave him a place to sleep, and we gave him a small litter box because cats, And cats are awesome in that you don't have to train them to use the litter box. You just have to, basically, you can do nothing and they will know what it is, but if you really want to be sure that they realize it's there, you take them and you put them down in the litter box. And they will be like, oh, okay, this is my toilet, fine. They don't need to be trained to do that. It's an instinct for them. And he went to potty. And I was like, at first I was worried because, cats from outside, you're like, what has he been eating? Like, it's gonna stink. It's gonna be like hell. Because he's been eating like whatever. And it was not a pretty thing. But, like, he had been eating things that are unedible. There was a string of rope, like a piece of string in what he left me to clean up. And there were like some kind of nondescript thing that was absolutely undigested. And that's it. And I was like, there was nothing that would be considered food. And it did not even stink. Like, his body had found nothing to process in there. It only went like, oh, well, this is garbage, literally, so we will just process it through and poop it out, and that's gonna be done. And I was like, oh my gosh, you are so not meant to be an outdoor cat. It's insane. And he was so happy, and it was really funny because he was really hungry because he'd been eating nothing. So if I would to come close to him with like either treats in my hand or a small bowl of food, he would be like meow meow meow, and he would grab my hand with his paws like, give me that, that's for me, don't go away with these. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Nancy, what? Nancy says that one of her foster dogs pooped rocks and twigs first few days. Oh, poor thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, it's not because a pet is outside that he's doing well. And Cyan found a Bluetooth receiver in her dog's poop today. The cat that found us, literally. I brought him to the vet and I set him up for adoption. Because I would have kept him. I would have kept him if I could. Oh my gosh, I wanted to keep that cat so bad, but we can't. It's just not realistic to think that we can. Like, if I didn't have cats already, I would have kept him. No questions asked. But the situation is not that simple, so we had to do what was best for him, for our cats, and for us. Is it your Bluetooth receiver? What if it had been someone else's? That would have been really funny. But yeah, the cat is fine. He's receiving really good care now, and he has food, and he's well taken care of, and like Lee said, he had really good fur. So I'm not exactly sure what happened there. I don't know if he got lost or someone dumped him. He was not chipped, no color, nothing. And I mean, I walk around the neighborhood enough that I would have noticed a paper that said cat lost and had this face on it. I checked Pet Luck, which is a Facebook page for lost pets in my neighborhood. Well, in my city, rather. And nothing. And I was like, well, anyway, if someone let him go out, or if he escaped and he was no color, no chip, no nothing, well, they didn't do anything, so we could, track his family back, so, yeah. Up for adoption he goes. Such a good boy. I have the documentary about the Istanbul stray cat Skedi. I bought the Blu-ray, but the thing is my computer doesn't read Blu-ray, so I haven't watched it yet because I can only watch it in the living room, and I'm almost never in the living room. I'm always here working. But yeah, when I saw the trailer a couple of years ago, I was like, wow, I gotta own this thing. I gotta watch it, but I mean I gotta own it too because cats. And yeah, and I recently realized that I had not, well, recently, like a couple of months ago, I was like, dude, cats. Is it tear-inducing, the Istanbul duck? I don't know. People need to friggin' chip, spay, and neuter. I agree, though. Yeah, I really need to think about microchipping my cats next time I'm at the vets. I kind of wish there was a service that could come to your home and chip your pets, because like they don't need to go to the vet. They are indoorsy cats. They don't need a lot of extra care unless they get sick, and I would rather they don't get sick. So like for something as apparently simple as chipping the cats, I kind of wish. I guess it's a thing like a bit like what they use to pierce ears. Like it's just kind of a punch and they go and then the cat has a chip. I guess. I mean, it's not an operation or something. So so yeah, I kind of wish that someone could come over, and I mean, it's gonna be expensive to go to the vet anyway for this stuff. So it's not like I'm not looking for a discount. I'm just looking for a way to spare my cats the trip to the vet, because it really stresses them out and they hate it. They really hate it so much. I would have to inquire, but so far I haven't heard about any kind of service like that for our vet. The microchip is the size of a grain of rice. Good analogy with the ear piercing. There is two things that I wish could happen. I haven't tried the invisible fence, but my cats don't go out. They don't even want to go out. But I wish they would, like, you can chip a cat, and I wish there was like a more universal symbol of a cat that is either not a stray or a stray that has been taken care of, like a stray that is part of a cat colony and has been TNR'd. Like some places they will notch the ear, but I kind of wish they would notch the ear of cats that are also in, like I wish my cats had a notch in their ear, and that it was more of a known sign of a cat that not like a new cat, like a young cat that's been born recently or a couple of years ago and hasn't been seen by anyone. Because, I mean, the chip, you cannot really see it visually, especially with the fur, and not all cats will tolerate having colors. My cats, they don't. We tried to put colors on them, but if it's the colors that you can clip off, they will remove them. They will find ways to remove their colors. And we have like a leather colors for them, but we don't want to have the colors on them all the time because they hate it. They will scratch at it and rub at it so much that they remove all the fur they have under the colors. So I'm like, why are you making this so hard, you dumb animal? Silly cat. I will write that down. Thank you so much for checking it out. Otto. Vétérinaire à domicile. Nice, thank you so much. I will definitely check that out. If only to get them chipped, because... Yeah, Beth, same thing. Like, Scout, two things will happen. Either she will be stuck with her color in her mouth and be kind of caught in this position because the color is not, big enough that she can have it in her mouth and kind of function anyway. She will be stuck with like her head backed up and her jaw open, and I think she once like really hurt herself because she panicked while she did that, or she will remove it. And I'm like, you guys are so dumb. Yeah, exactly. Nudging. Tsukaboo says, we had a cat who was semi-tame, and we were able to take care of him. They nudged his ear so people would recognize he was cared for. That's what I'm talking about. Because I see cats outside sometimes, and I'm like, the ones that have collars, I'm like, fine, they have a collar, that's good. But I see a lot of them that don't have collars, and I don't know where to look for the chip, you know. Especially cats that's outside. I mean, is it dirt caught in the fur, like deep? Is it parasites? Is it the chip? What is it? Yeah, a tattoo would work well. Thank you so much, Otto. I will definitely check it out. Apparently there's a thing that's like, if a pet, a dog or a cat, has a specific a specific shade of orange color, means that it's not supposed to be outside. But I'm like, no one knows about this. Oh, Otto, don't worry about the white kitten. He was so friendly. He's gonna be picked up by someone for sure. For sure. I mean, definitely. Chip is undetectable, usually between the shoulder blades. Bummer. That's kind of the spot where they tried to scan the ginger kitty for a chip, but he wasn't chipped. Yeah, no color, no nothing. Well, I think he's gonna go like the ginger kitty. Someone's gonna come up to him and be like, dude, I gotta bring you home and sort of bring you to the vet and get you taken care of. Cats that are that friendly, they don't stay outside alone for long. Someone will pick them up because they will try every single human they meet. No, it's okay. Don't feel guilt about that. It's not for everyone. Like, it's difficult, and you gotta have the space, and you gotta not be allergic, and you gotta be, you know, I mean, I did it, but I'm not saying it was the best idea I've ever had. It was I stand by my idea. I still think it's a good idea, but I understand that we had to really improvise and cut some, like, I had to spend the night sleeping on the floor of the bathroom. Like, it's not something that you, like, not, if you're not set up to foster cats, yeah, it wasn't even in your hometown, then you would have, how would you have brought the kitten home? That's kind of difficult. But, I mean, if you wander around that area again and you don't see him, it's probably because someone picked him up. I mean, people love cats. I know, but I understand totally what you mean and how you feel, because it's I mean, we see a lot of cats outside, and what a fun way. And it's not always easy to be like, to help them, and we always want to help them. And I know I always feel bad when I see cats, that I'm like, well, I am not sure you have a home, but I really hope you do, because I'm like walking and I'm like going to the grocery store, and I can't really, not in a position to stop what I'm doing to see if I can help you. But someone else will come by and will be able to help you. Oops, this is not dry. Oh, not dry yet. Alright. It's funny, I think the ink takes a bit longer to dry on the bee cotton paper than it does on Arch's paper. Oddly enough. Oh. Well, it's kind of funny because I have a ginger-ish cat, I have Pecco, and she's not at all standoffish, but she's not. I wouldn't call her affectionate. Like when she wants affection, she will come to seek it, but on her own, she does her things. She has her cat life and she has her cat schedule and she does her cat things. And I'm like, dude, I respect that. But the ginger kitty that came up to me at the beginning of the week, I don't think I've ever seen a cat that was that affectionate. Like I said, I spent the night in the bathroom with him so he wouldn't meow the whole night. And he slept either against my head or as the little spoon. And he was purring so much that he was purring non-stop technically. And I was only able to tell that he was falling asleep because he would stop purring. That was the only way I could tell. Because otherwise it was like non-stop. Purr, 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 purr. Just so happy to not be alone, I guess. I'll go grab some water for painting. I will be right back and I will drop this off too. Dude, this chair is not comfy for the bum. Ginger tabbies, why is that sensor worthy? Sorry. Oh, enjoy walking Dante, Elena. Also, well, she's probably gone. But, yeah. I will repeat that again, but, I think of all the pet sketches that I still have, there's only one person who contacted me, so I know that I have a sketch of Dante in there, and I know I need to reach Heather, but yeah, Dan, because I know I have a drawing of Dorian there, and I have one of Bun Bun, so Cyan, Dan, if you guys want to send me your address via email so I can send you those sketches, by all means. Good Shepherd Rescue. Why would they censor that? So YouTube is discriminative to gingers. Oh my gosh, no. That's a good one. Otto says, I find it ironic that a large portion of YouTube videos are cat videos, and yet YouTube can't handle cat-related words. Oh, you haven't moved yet? Alright, well then, just send me an email when you have moved. I need a palette with a lot of nice greens to paint this because I have a lot of plants to paint in the back. I also kind of want to have a palette that has neon colors in it. Well, if you haven't moved, that means I can... Well, anyway, write me an email with your current address, so... Because I keep addresses, like, in sort of an address book, but, I mean, I never know if it's accurate, so... Yeah, I'm grabbing my Sennelier palette. It's gonna need a bit of a cleanup though. Because I'm gonna need some areas to mix greens and... Well, I can hug her for you if you want. I'm in a position to do that. Yeah, I don't usually, I almost never wash off my palettes like this, but I know that I'm gonna have to mix a lot of greens and some really bright colors to try and make this feel really summery, so I don't want to have any of these, the gray or the browns I had there, possibly messing it up, but yeah, I'm not cleaning it really thoroughly. I'm still gonna... I just need a bit of space too. Oh, that is so cool, Otto! Yes! Oh my gosh, that's awesome! Did you win the lottery? This is a really small eraser and it's quite annoying to use, but it has the awesome features that the eraser bits all roll up together and stay clumped together. So it's kind of handy when you want to toss them. Just grab this and boom. I apologize if you guys can hear my neighbor talking outside. They tend to do that a lot. Oh, okay. I'm glad you can't hear the neighbor. Good. Yeah, I agree that autumn is the best. Spring in Canada, I don't know about Ontario, but in Quebec it's really gross. And not pretty. Okay, so a hug.
Ouais. J'aurais bien. Ouais. Gros du sale, la minute. Gros du sale.
Je t'ai dérangé. I really messed up her hairdo. Oh my gosh, this is super exciting. Meet up in Montreal for the Ev's fan club? I'm sorry, what? We need to make it like the Cat Lady Painters fan club meetup or something. I did take the train to go to Toronto, and it's quite nice if you don't get stuck up in some kind of delay. Have gone. No. Oh my gosh, what? Sorry, not sorry. Oh my gosh, what? Oh, painting is off screen. Whoops. Sorry. Oh yeah, I kind of like Ev, Ev Otocon. That's so funny. Hey Sia, hi. I really used to go up to Copenhagen every Christmas. Wow, that sounds really nice. It's always kind of weird for me in Canada to think that uh, there are places that are really not as vast as Canada, because over here, like if I want to go to I don't know, like anywhere in BC or whatnot, this is a really epic travel. But I realized that a lot of people in Europe, like it's not that far away to go to another place. So I always find that super impressive. Oh, thank you so much, Nancy. I'm glad you like the painting. I'm trying to make this really summery. It's funny, I don't think I have phthalo green in my current palette layout, unless this is it, but it's still kind of, oh yeah, that's probably it. It looks very phthalo greeny. It's very cheap to fly to Copenhagen from Edinburgh. That's pretty cool. Yeah, being in Canada is hard for travel. Yeah. It's really, it's so big. I mean, like, just going to Toronto is, if I take the train ride itself is like, what, 6 hours? And I have to get to the train station, and I have to, you know, there's a bit more time involved than just going there by train. So, yeah, that's really weird, and everything here is really, 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 really far away from one another. Wait, Otto, are you exclaiming because you think 2 weeks is a lot, or because you think it's not a lot? I'm inclined to think it's the second one, but, you know, just asking. Oh, wow, okay. Dude, that's pretty cool. 5 weeks plus bank holidays? Wow. Hey, Epic Art. Hi. Dude, as freelancers, we get no weeks. Well, we get, like, we decide how many weeks we get, but a lot of us are sort of not inclined to taking a lot of time off, because if you don't work, you don't put out content, and you never know when you're gonna hit a week where you don't have any spoons, or no energy, or no time, or something bad happens, and like, you kind of want to save up your possible time off for when that happens. So not many of us are inclined to taking time off because of that. Why do I like cats so much? Is this a serious question? Yeah, there is a limit to how many sick days we get here. Are there places where there's not that? What? I think it's kind of funny that Otto is like, so, what? I'm like, what? This is how it is over here. Really depends on the company, but usually it's not that many days. It's maybe, what, 4 or 5 days, sick days that you get in the year. So you really gotta hope you don't catch something bad, because it's not that many. Like, if you feel a bit bad, sure, you can take a day off, but if you get a really bad flu, Otto, you're missing the point. It's not about the well-being of the workers. It's about making money. Come on, this is America. What are you thinking? what, 20 days, 20 sick days, I'm sorry, what? That's actually a useful amount of them. I'm surprised. I'm like, whoa. Epic. I don't know what to tell you. I love cats. This is America. Whoop whoop mar. Yeah, I was talking with Mr. E, and at his workplace, he gets to talk with a lot of people from the U.S. And he was talking how someone who had a baby, I think, was basically trying to figure out what to do with the 3 weeks they get of maternity leave. And I was like, whoa, even here we have more than that. Yeah, exactly, Ellen, that's it. Ellen says, I was so unused to sick days that when I got my current job and was tight on cash, I was so paranoid to stay home. My boss was like, no, we pay you for sick days. Mind blown. Yeah. In the US, they have like 3 weeks in some places, which makes absolutely no sense. Oh, that's awesome that you got a dog, Epic. Like, I really like cat, but that doesn't mean I don't like other pets. I'm just very, very, very pro cats. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, maternity leave. Oh no, Mallory, that's kind of sad. I guess. I don't know. I'm not in the US and I'm not a mom, so if anyone in the chat knows a bit more. Because yeah, it sounds pretty yeah, barbaric is a good word. It sounds impossible. Like you would think, nah, that can't be real, but I mean, it's the US. You never quite know just how far things can go. I'm a cat mom, but yeah, that's not the same kind of ordeal. Yeah, it's just, it's insulting. I mean, no job, technically no job is worth that kind of sacrifice. But you really have to, I mean, if you have to earn money to pay for your family, you gotta do what they tell you to do, I guess, because sadly that's kind of how it works. But I mean, I'm not saying it's right, I'm just saying that's what it is, sadly. I really wish it was different. I mean, I'm saying for the US, because here in Canada, I think like the dads get a couple of weeks and the mom gets a good couple of months. So yeah, the kids here are fine, but whoa, what? Nancy says any maternity leave in Texas is unpaid personal time. Many friends went back to work after 2 weeks post-delivery. Dude, you're not even healed up. Your body is not even like back to a kind of functioning level. Two weeks? Oh my gosh, that's depressing. Well, I don't know. Mallory says, I think parents should get equal leave. I'm wondering because I don't know if there's kind of a separation between what they consider the leave, like the time after the baby is born. I really don't think it's fair that dads get less time with the baby, but they don't have to heal up. So I'm not quite sure if... Like, I think if I can express this that way, the leave should be the same, but there should be perhaps a slightly extra time for the mom so she can heal up. I mean, she just pushed like a watermelon out of her. Anyway, dude, I'm not. No. Nope. What do people do with their 2-week-old babies when they go back to work? They, I don't know, daycare? My great-grandmother gave birth to my great-uncle, our 8th son, on Christmas Day and then finished cooking Christmas dinner. What? Yeah, I am not made of that kind of strong either. Ellen, that's pretty awesome. But if it was her 8th one, maybe she was just like, meh. Been there, done that a lot of times. I'm good. Well, could you imagine if dads also needed to heal after making a baby? I guess there would be a lot less babies, right? I don't know, because that kind of assumes that the birthing goes well, but you can have a C-section, you can have things that, you know, tear up and need to have stitches, and I mean, it's gotta hurt. I mean, I can't imagine. It's gotta hurt like hell. So I don't... I mean, I think guys should have a lot more time, indeed, the dads, because it's their kids too, what? But they, at least, like, they don't need to fix their bodies after giving birth. Would be close to extinct, yeah. Can you imagine? I'm so impressed with the fact that some women will have more than one kid. Like, wow. Dude. I can't even bring myself to one. Because I'm like, nope, there's a bunch of things that I don't want a kid to be stuck with. Genetically speaking. So, nope, not for me. Former neighbors in Texas had a daycare center and they made a lot of money. I hope they were taking good care of the kids too. We kind of see a lot of places, daycare, that pops up because there's a need for them. But there's a need for them, but at the same time, since there's such a great need for them, I feel like a lot of them are sort of ratchet or like you know, kind of a more spontaneous thing that comes out rather than something that is heavily regulated. And it's still taking care of kids, like. So you would think that people would possibly be a bit more careful about that, but I think there's quite a few places that are like operated out of someone's house, so it's kind of more of a weirdly, I don't know, I can't find the word, but yeah, I'm always a bit like, They always have such silly names too, daycare centers. Oh my gosh, I'm like, whoa. That's a good point. Lee says, yeah, so technically in Canada, it's a total amount of weeks paid by the government, although many workplaces top it up and can be split between any two people who had a baby or adopted a child. But because of wage inequality and breastfeeding, usually women take the full amount and men just take off a few weeks of regular vacation when their kid is born. That's what I've seen a lot too. Oh, that's interesting. Juma says, in France, even if the man is not the father but lives with the mother at birth, he can have a holiday. That's cool. That's really, really nice. Epic. Regarding shoutouts for channels, usually it's kind of a bit gauche to kind of ask for them in any sort of live stream, but I will often, well, not as often anymore, perhaps I should remember to do it more, but I do have some kind of segments at times that we call Sub the Love, and that's kind of a moment where it's more encouraged to share your channel and share your content, like leave a link or that kind of stuff. Well, leave a link. I'm sorry, poor Otto has to do all the link work. But yeah, that's when it's possibly a bit more appropriate to plug stuff up rather than ask for it during a regular live stream. Just saying. Yeah, you completely like own the link work. You're like amazing at it. And so it's like bam, 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 and all the links come up, and I'm like, whoa. People won't even get confused about like what link is up and what's all this. It's all timely and all well. Oh my gosh, 8 kids. Well, not now, Epic. When I'm gonna have I'm gonna announce it and make a big fuss out of it. Yeah, we can do one later just as an example. I had a teacher, he was a philosophy teacher in college. What is the equivalent to college here? And he was on his, 14th kid? Basically, him and his wife, they were not using birth control ever. So if she gets pregnant, and she has a kid. So the eldest one was like 18 and the wife was pregnant. And I was like, what the whoa, that's like such a weird dynamic in a way, because the older kids are adults and they can take care of the smaller ones, and it's like, dude, 14 kids, that's a lot of kids. Oh my gosh, no house can, like, you necessarily have to share your room, and it's gotta be kind of really, really different way to grow up. Definitely not for me. I mean, I had one brother and that's it. I can't imagine having like so many siblings. It's like nonsense to me. No, thank you. Yeah, exactly. Well, unless you get me 14 cats. Now we are talking, but dude, 14 kids. Oh, I'm glad you like the pink outline. This is something I really like and really struggled in doing, but I love the things that have this kind of really saturated sort of area when you get the border between shadows and something that is lit up. It's, I don't know how natural of an effect it is, but I really like everything that uses that up. Like, it creates this area of saturation at the edge of it and creates a much more interesting image, but it's really difficult to do in watercolor. So whenever I get a chance to try it, I take it. You're not an only child, Dan? Huh. I would have possibly used neon orange if I had it, but since so far I haven't found many brands that have neon orange colors. And now I want to overlay some kind of yellow to try and reflect the fact that the umbrella is yellow and sort of has this cast light effect from the color of the umbrella. If I make any sense. Oh, I'm glad it is. I really like it. This is why I like the neon colors. It's so freaking bright. Oh wow. Dude, if you have more than 6, you need 2 cars to travel. Oh my gosh, that's a good point. Can you imagine 14? You need what? 2 vans and a car? You need a trailer. One of each sibling, meaning a brother and a sister? Oh wow, Lee, that's interesting. Adopted / made more kids. Yeah, I kind of thought that Dan was an only child too. Hey, good night, Epic. My mom has like 7 sisters. Oh wow. Oh wow, Lise, your mom is the youngest of 13. A war bus. You need an autobus. An autobus. Or an autobus, that's in French. You need a bus. You need a bus when you have like 14 kids. "13 in 20 years, and they could have been 17. Merci, Juma. Yeah, glazing is hard to do, but it works really well. Kind of helps to know which colors are staining and which are granulating for that. I mean, the granulating and non-staining ones are fairly obvious, but I forget I have a brother too. I mean, no one in my family is really close. We don't really often talk to each other, so I mean, I don't have a lot of frequent reminder that I have like a sibling or parents. Oh my gosh, Dan. That's denial. Ah. What? You guys have really funny family stories in the chat. Ah oui. C'est bien cute ça. C'est bien cute. Oh, I'm glad. Ouch. Dude, I completely headbutted the camera. I'm sorry. Come on, come on. Alright, that's better, right? Aw, that's kind of a bummer, Nancy. I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, my head is okay. Who is in favor of making this a ginger cat? Seems appropriate. Let's make this happen. Thank you guys, I'm glad you left the shadow. It's one of my favorite things to try and figure out with watercolors, because I feel it's kind of hard, but can also be like super rewarding if done right. And it's a good challenge. I love me a good challenge. I forgot to draw the tail. Well, let's assume that this guy either has a stubby tail or it's on the other side, right? Right? Kinda too late to add it now. He's a bobtail. Yep, definitely. Otto casting the most unsurprising vote in history. And Ginger sunbathing. Well, it's a cat. Cats make no sense in that regards. Oh, thank you so much, Mallory. I think I would have a blast illustrating children's book, but the writing them part is the most challenging bit of this idea. Not because I don't think I would be able to, just because he put sunscreen on. Guys, come on. I kind of struggle just getting stuff done for like our comic and everything. So I don't know how it would pan out for writing children's book, but I would love it. What color should the drink be? I think it should be like a bright red, pink color. Like something that is obnoxiously summery. Kitty ear-shaped ice packs. Oh, wisdom to impart. I grabbed the, you know, the quinacridone coral-ish color. Yeah, the writing is the toughest part. But I mean, I write most of our comic, but it can be difficult, and I am not good at being regular with the writing. Like I always fall behind or get stuck somewhere. Oh, quinacridone is gorgeous. I love it so much. I mean, you get this color that is like really orangey when you put it really thickly, but as soon as you add a bit of water in it, it becomes this nice salmon pink color that is really corally, exactly, and it's so much fun to work with it, like when you can have areas that are super duper intense and other that are more washed out, because you get such a big range of color from a single pigment. Like you can have this one paint and it's gonna offer you so much. Is it PR 209 possibly? Otto. I'm sure Otto knows. Yeah, we print We do print the comic. We are currently out of stock on the first book. We need to get some more printed, but it's if you check out the thiefoftales.com, French and English at once, the thiefoftales.com, there's a link to the shop, I think, in the top of the page, and it directs to a Big Cartel page where you can buy the books. We have 2 color books, well, one for now because the other one is out of stock, but we technically have 2 color books that are the comics, and we have 3 sketchbooks, which is a collection of the drawings that Mr. E did for Inktober for 3 years, where he used the comic as inspiration for Inktober. All the art in the comic is done by Mr. E. I write and do the thumbnails and the roughs that are sort of the really, really basic stuff for the pages, but he does all the final art and the prettiness of it. That's all his work. Yeah, PR209 is a really, really nice color. Thank you so much for all the links, Otto. Otto has put the links to the shop and the comic in the chat, so if you want to check that out. I'm really happy with the books, the way we printed them. We get them printed at a local print shop. Like, it's a, I say print shop, but it's not like a Kinko. It's like a legit printing business. They do legit books, and they are local, so it's pretty easy to get the stuff. Over here there is no customs, there is no bad surprises. Everything is usually really good, and the printing quality is impressive. We will reprint the first one. It's been kind of hectic, and it's not gonna stop being hectic right away, but it's on our to-do list to get a second printing done. Yeah, Otto is like the super duper awesome moderator. She's always on point with the links, at the top of her game. I really appreciate it. Alright, there is not much left to do on this, I believe. Oh, good luck with the laundry, Alan. Thank you so much for being here. Where's Heather tonight? I don't know. I hope she's doing well. I kind of feel bad because the whole ordeal with the ginger kitty this week had kind of repercussions on a few people, and that really was not my intention. I mean, it was bad enough for us, but I really didn't want to get anyone else sort of affected by this. But I mean, I understand that some of you guys with which I talked about this, I know you love cats as well, so of course it's gonna have an impact, but I kind of didn't really think it through, I guess. So I'm sorry about that. Such a pretty kitty. I think caring about cats puts it really lightly. Oh my gosh, I was such a mess at the vet's office. I was doing super good. I was sad, but I was like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. And then they gave me the paperwork to fill, and there was this space where it was like the name of the cat, and I had purposefully not named him because I knew there was a chance I was not gonna be able to keep him. And when I saw that I had to come up with a name, that's when like the faucet opened. I was like bawling my eyes out, and the moment I was fine, like the moment I was alone in the paperwork with the cat, I was like, okay, I'm crying, but it's not too bad, I can do this. And then the technician came back, and she started asking me questions, and that just broke me completely. Such a good kitty. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I knew it, and I was trying to tell myself that it's really possible that my only role in his life was to sort of bring him out of his current situation and get him somewhere where he could be safe and have a loving family and be good for the rest of his life. But it's difficult because I would have kept him. Oh my gosh, I would have kept him if I could. Dude, no questions asked. What a good cat. It's kind of the first time I have to do something that is this level of personal and hard in a way. So yeah, that was kind of a big thing for me. If you had been there with me, Otto, you would have had such a hard time letting him go as well. You would have been like two waterfalls of tears, being like ugly crying and incoherent, like that. And okay, I'm laughing because it's kind of funny from an outside perspective, and I'm trying to be more outside of the whole thing. But I took a cab to get there, but when I had to come home, I did not need to take a cab anymore because I didn't have a cat with me. I only had the cat carrier that was empty. And it was a gray day. It was a really grim day. And I was walking home with my cat carrier, like focusing all of my energy on not bawling like fully out on the sidewalk walking home. I was like taking deep breath and trying to like wait until you're home, wait until you're home, wait until you're home. And at some point there was a there was a thunderstorm that started, like big heavy raindrops and thunder, and I was like, yep, this is exactly what needs to happen right now. And it kind of made me laugh because I was like, I couldn't have like gotten this any other way. Like, this is the way it should go. Like, fine, I got home, I was drenched. I was like, that's, who cares? It's just water. It still made me laugh a bit that, like, it was not a big sunny day where you're like trying to get your mind off things by like life and the sun and all of that. No, it was a super duper gray rainy day that sucked and felt really on point with everything else. Well, I find it super interesting that you would have taken him, Otto, because you are not the super not in favor, but you usually prefer to get older cats, and he is by definition a really, really springy, energetic, intense kitten. I mean, it's not a tiny kitten. He was like perhaps a 6 months old, so kind of a young cat, but really not an adult. Yeah, I know I did my best, but it's kind of difficult because it's... Anyway, I love cats, and I bond with cats in like 5 minutes. So I was with him like about 12 hours, and dude, it was so difficult. He was so happy to not be outside anymore. Oh, I agree, Mallory, that's the worst. Mallory says, I hate it when the last one in the litter is left waiting to be adopted. Oh my gosh, I would have to fight so hard not to bring him home. Ginger and Polly. Aww. Even the cats that are skittish and like don't come to see me. I'm like, I don't care. I love you already. Like, if I see you twice, you're awesome. You're a cat. I love you. Kittens is that they're often smelly because they're still learning to clean themselves. Oh, that's true, but at the same time, that's kind of cute. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. Lise, I don't... I would be unable personally if I was to go get cats from a litter and say I'm picking up... Well, I would probably pick 2 cats already. And say there were 3 left. I would pick the 3 last kittens. I wouldn't leave 1 kitten alone. Like, I don't... I mean, it's fine. Like, what's the difference between... Like, if I can do cats, I'm pretty sure I can do 3. It's gonna be a bit more expensive, yeah, but fine. My brother did that. He wanted 2 cats, but he realized that there was 1 left in the litter after that, so they got, we're gonna take all 3. So difficult. I would want all the kittens. Oh my gosh, how picking kittens is like the hardest thing to do. Evolution did them good by keeping them like super adorable when they're tiny. Well, they're still cute when they're bigger, but I mean, kittens, that's a whole other level of cute that makes no sense. Oh, that's so bad that you cannot have a pet seal, Otto. Can you imagine having a pet seal? That would be so cute. Oh, Jens, that's really cool. You're so lucky to live on a farm and you can adopt everything. Oh, that's great. That makes me so happy. Oh, that's awesome, Ellen. Good job getting the stuff in before it starts raining. It's funny because over here it's super sunny. Like, wait, what rain? Do you know the manga Mamigoma? Yeah, I know of Mamigoma in terms, isn't it like a Sanex or Sanrio character? I know Mamineko as well. I really like Mamineko. Or is it Nekomami? Oh, thank you so much, Lana. This is not like the most best awesome paper ever. It is bee paper, but it takes a couple of layers surprisingly well. Like, it's not too messed up. Mameguma is adorable. And it works so well as a, you know, as a cute character. The shape and everything. It's like perfect. I gotta say, this bee paper, it is not insanely sized. Like, it's not like Arches where you can have paint beat up on the paper. That I've never seen that happen with bee cotton paper. But it's so affordable. I mean, it's really hard to find a more affordable cotton paper for just practicing and trying stuff out. But on a paper that you feel like it will not come and bite you in the butt later. That you practice on this paper rather than actual, like, cotton paper, like the thing you need to eventually get to paint some professional things. Oh, that's pretty awesome. $1 Million Rain. It's when a drought... I tried, okay? It's about to set in, then a big rain comes and saves the crops. Oh, fresh corn is so awesome. Oh, oh my god, yes. Quebec has a really big fresh corn thing in the end of summer and fall. We have our own, what's the word? Is it cultivar of corn? It's like something like a tricolor sweet corn, whatever. And it is so good. Oh my gosh, it's good. Corn on the cob. Oh yeah, that's the thing. I haven't had it in a while because it's kind of a hassle to do when you don't have a big stove or a microwave. Because corn is really, really easy to do in the microwave. Corn on the cob, I mean. But yeah. Dude, that stuff is good. Oh, yeah, the peaches. You are kind of lucky that you are in Ontario and have, like, the peaches the most local way possible. Like, over here, since they have to carry them kind of a relatively long distance in a truck, it's difficult to get peaches that will ripen properly. Oh my gosh, married. Ah, corn on the cob, dude. Anyway, you can get corn when it's in season. Oh, peaches and cream is a cultivar of corn. Okay. Yeah. But like, what, a baker's dozen of corn on the cob is, I don't know, $4 or $5 possibly. It's been a while. And I mean, you still have 13 cobs to eat. That's a good few meals. But dude, Ontario peaches. Oh, I bought one container, one 3 liters container before I went to see my family, and was able to eat most of them. Only 2 like got weirdly moldy before they were ripe, because that's the thing, is that they will, if they get bumped in transit, it will mold out. It will sort of spread from that spot. You have to check them like thrice a day to make sure they're nice, they're not developing like spots or something, and you can smell them to see how ripe they are. Oh no, Jen. Oh no, that's so sorry. Jen says, I grew zucchini once and waited for it to ripen. It never went green, so I left it and it went yuck. It was a white zucchini. That was the end of me trying to grow food. Otto says, I spotted my first yellowing patch on the neighborhood tree today. Oh man. I'm excited for fall, honestly. I need to check at the grocery this week if they still have the good peaches, or if they only have the gross ones now. Because here in Quebec, peaches season is like 3 weeks at best. And I've already missed like one of them. Fall is also my favorite season. Alright, Scout needs pets.
Oh, you got a big booger. Blech.
Cat boogers, gross. Well, it was an eye booger, but still gross. I love a yellow zucchini. It makes really nice zucchini noodles. Zoodles? Stop it with the F-con. Oops. You have created monsters. Oh my gosh, you have. Just like meet up with you will forever be called F-con. Well, I will possibly tolerate it only if it gets to a point where, like, if it's me and Otto, we gotta find a way to incorporate that, like the Eve Ottocon or something. Alright, so that's today's doodle painting. An experiment in painting something that is warm and summery. I think it worked rather well. I'm happy. This is the color I wanted for the umbrella, the parasol thing, so happy with that. I think there are things that really work in the shadow. I would be curious to try this really similar setup in the shadow, but on like Arches paper. See if it's any different. Because while this is cotton paper, it's still pretty inexpensive paper, so I wonder if the sizing and the texture and the make of other cotton paper would render shadow in a similar way. So yep. Can you guys see the paws? Oh, you're missing out on the paws. You gotta show your paws, baby. Look at them paws. Oh my gosh, we still can see your paws. Can we see your paws? How can we see your paws? Oh, there. There, we can see your paws. Look at the paws on this kitty. Paws. Let's get you back in frame. There you go. Mom, stop. Put your paws up. That's her princess pose. She's being princessy. Scout the princess. That's what it says on her colors. On her colors she has a tag, and the model of tags we got for her is one that is it a heart? I think it's a heart. It's a pink heart-shaped medal with a crown on it, and it says princess. And it has her phone number, well, our phone number on the back. We have a good nickname for her, but it doesn't translate well in English. It's basically like calling her Princess Batter Day, since that's her most frequent mood, and she's a princess, so that's kind of where it came from. But in French it's Princesse Mauvais Poil, which really works for her. I read that as watercolor salad first too. That would have been quite a pretty salad, I think. So, alright guys, that's it for today. Am I missing on things? I know that Epic Art wanted to do kind of a... well, would have wanted to benefit from the Sub the Love thing earlier, but they kind of went away really quick, so... I still have the link to the Discord, but I think most people in the chat here today are already aware or on the Discord, but it's basically a really huge chatting server platform where we can keep on talking during the week and have fun and discuss all kind of things. And yeah, I want to say a great big thank you to Otto for being really awesome moderating the live stream as always. Like I say, if you are somehow unfamiliar with Otto's channel and Otto's work, by all means go check it out. Her videos are awesome, her paintings are gorgeous, and you're really missing out on something if you don't go check it out. What else is there? I might have to do next week a Saturday live stream on Sunday, so it will be a Caturday Livestream. Something. Oh, you've never done Discord, Jen. It's really easy to set up. It looks intimidating, but I assure you it's really simple. And you follow the link, you create an account, and it gives you access to the server where there is... it's called the server, but it's basically just our own little spot where we have many like channels where we can chat about anything. We have some for paint, some for pets, some for knitting and crochet, and we have a channel for spoony stuff. If you have a bad day and you need to reach out to people, you can try it there. So it's a lot of fun. So yeah, basically thank you so much for being here today. I really hope you have a great weekend and a great week, and we will see each other next time. So bye bye.
Bye-bye. You wanna say bye? I'm just a cat, I can talk. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.